have to go into that right at the moment. You just get some rest. Stay strong.
Where am I?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the evening show. Tonight, my guest needs no introduction, but I get to introduce her anyway. She's been known as an actress, an activist, and an all-around cultural icon for many years. And tonight, please help me welcome the one and only Marilyn Monroe.
Hi.
Hi. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you for being on the show this evening.
It's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight.
Look at you. You sparkle.
Why, thank you. I hope my inner beauty sparkles more than my outer beauty and all of my jewels.
Well, it's got competition, but there's no doubt it will.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind.
Wow. You have been, like I said, a cultural icon for decades. You started out as an actress. You've been an activist. You've done all these amazing things. How do you think you got to that point where you went from, you were a model actress in the entertainment world and you surpassed that and you just went so much further than that?
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I hope I can live up to it. So initially, when I was modeling and acting when I was a younger girl, I was very interested in pleasing everybody around me. And I really wanted to do everything right. I wanted everybody to like me. And I didn't quite feel like I had my own identity. So I was quite limited by that. And then I had this very tragic experience where I almost died. In fact, I was even pronounced dead. And what happened for me after I awoke from that experience is that I just had this really deep feeling that we're all just creatures on this great big planet and we're all just here for a very tiny amount of time. And I realized when that happened that I did not want to spend my time on this planet trying to please others. And I became fearless.
That's amazing. Wow, to come back from like a near tragedy like that must have been just incredible.
It was remarkable. Yeah, I went from being this sort of people-pleasing person, just really relying on my physical body for my validation, and I became so clear that even though that was fun, but I could use that experience to propel me forward into making a difference in this world.
So when you found that newfound fearlessness, as you said, what did you decide to do with it?
Well, it was in the mid-60s. You probably weren't even alive at that point. But in the mid-60s, society was going through a really big change. And there was the whole Vietnam situation going on and a lot of other political strife. And the whole paradigm of society was really changing.
Yeah.
And I was able to participate in anti-war protests, and me and some of my friends and I, we just had so much fun delving into that topic. And because I'm Marilyn Monroe, I was really able to be at the forefront of that and become an influential figure.
How did people react when you took this new direction in your life away from entertainment?
Oh, that's a really good question. At first, I felt like people were shocked, almost like they didn't quite take me seriously, because, you know, at the time, I was this young bombshell singing for the president and things like that. And I felt as though people were like, wait, what? But here's the thing, because I had that experience that made me fearless, I was able to not really care about that. And I tell you, it is such a wonderful freedom not to care. So, I mean, caring about the good things, of course, but not caring about the things that hold us back. So I was not willing to do that anymore. So regardless of people, I felt as though people didn't take me seriously. I just kept plowing through, doing what I felt inspired to do for the betterment of the world. And then the world kind of caught on. Ooh, maybe she can make a difference.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you for living it.
Oh, you are so welcome.
So when did you think you felt that paradigm shifted where people started taking you serious as something more than an entertainer?
Well, I became quite an accomplished activist, if you will. My name was in the news. My political views were very clear. I was very outspoken. And after I embraced this activist role, something really quite tragic happened. And it's even difficult to talk about, and I apologize for bringing up such an unpleasant subject, but it was another unpleasantry in life that really propelled me forward and helped me decide who I wanted to be. And it wasn't just about me, it was about my daughter.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened with your daughter?
It was a horrible tragedy. My daughter, she was raped.
Oh, wow.
I know. It gutted me. I mean, I have never had such intense emotions. It was the most painful experience that I've ever gone through. And what was even worse, I knew that if it was that painful for me, for her, oh, it just must have been unbearable. So, I'm sorry, even though it was so long ago, thank you. I just feel so emotional about it, and I feel so strongly about it. And I'm happy to say that my daughter, she recovered, and she also was able to use this experience to go forth and help other women. She also became an inspirational figure for so many women who have been abused, who have been subjected to belittlement, who have been raped, who have, I mean, there's such a wide variety where women feel that inequality. And in my daughter, I am so proud of my daughter. If there's one thing I've done right in this world, aside from all of the wonderful compliments that you've given me, it has been to raise this daughter who is this powerful, powerful woman. But back to that rape experience, which is so hard to talk about, but it's such a necessary story to tell. So I thank you for inquiring about it and asking. After she was raped, she came to me, and I had just finished this really important show. I remember the evening specifically. I was in my evening gown. I was feeling really wonderful, and my daughter came into the room, and I could just tell. I could just psychically tell that something was not right. Oh, look, it even makes me shake just to talk about it. And she confided in me, and she told me what had happened. And I just felt so horrible for her. And she was crying, and I just prayed. I prayed for the knowledge of how to counsel my daughter through this experience. To wrap it up in a nutshell, that experience is what really propelled me into what I would later discover as my calling, and that is being an activist for women's rights.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. So what's it been like for you to see your daughter show and exhibit the same strength that you've shown through your life?
Well, I mean, aside from all of the horrible strife and just ferocious, horribly terrible experiences, if I could just whip out a million adjectives that describe how just horrible that experience was, I would list all of them. But in the interest of time and respecting your time, I will move on. So after she started to heal from that, and I realized the steps that she went through for healing, we talked about it quite a bit, and she began writing in a journal. And as she wrote in her journal, she would share her journal entries with me, and I realized that what she was writing could help so many women who have been victimized. And at first, she wanted to keep it private. She wanted to talk about it just between, just us and close family members, maybe a couple of close friends and her therapist. But she says that I was an inspiration to her, which just really makes me feel so proud and so grateful that she could view me in that role. But at any rate, what happened is she felt comfortable, and she, as she says, she developed her cojones, if you will. I mean, oh my goodness, I wasn't too into that language, but I was really proud of her for for developing her cojones. You know what cojones are, right?
I am familiar with cojones, yes.
Okay. So at any rate, she started sharing her personal experience, and I was so proud of her, and it's just been the most wonderful experience to not only feel as though I made a difference in her life, but to see her making a difference in others' lives. It's just, I went from that gutted feeling to that motherly pride. And I've tried to instill in her that attitude of not caring, of being fearless, certainly caring about the things that are important, almost making a choice about what you care about and making a choice about what you don't care about. And I have seen her use that ideology to just propel her forward into her fearless endeavors to help women.
Wow, that's incredible.
I know, I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. So, over all these decades that you've had all these amazing experiences, what would you think is the most rewarding for you?
I've had so many rewarding experiences. I mean, I've had the opportunity to speak with political icons and to speak at universities to graduating classes of women that I know will go forth and be really influential as our society continues to change. So all of those experiences combined just really give me that sense of well-being, that feeling that I've had a life well lived. And then, of course, seeing my daughter and watching her go through her process and just really, really loving women and realizing that we're all the same. We're just little specks of life in these human bodies. And regardless what we look like, what our socioeconomic status is, how we feel, we're all just the same, and relating to women on that level and propelling this great force forward. And I'm so grateful for that.
Well, it's so inspirational.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity to take up some of your time and to share with you my experiences. And I only hope that even after the evening of my life passes, and I just hope and pray that I will have made a difference, and the women of today's society will go on and continue to make those wonderful changes into the world.
Absolutely. This has been amazing. I am so glad to have you on.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on. It's just been incredible to have you here.
Oh, it's my honor. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Marilyn Monroe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's been an amazing night. And yeah, we wish you all the best.
If there's one favor I could ask?
Yes.
May I hold your hands again?
Absolutely.
You're such a wonderful... You're so cute. You're such a wonderful host, and you yourself are so influential. And I just ask that you continue to have women on who are spearheading the front of this evolution of women in our society.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, darling.
She called me darling. All right. Well, that's our show for this evening. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.